everyone, my name is Angel Gilliard and I will be serving as one of your 2018-2019 Xavier University cheerleading captains.
And I'm Kelsey Bradford. I'm a junior and I'll be serving as another one of your captains for the 2018-2019 school year. So we're going to get started with answering some of the questions that we received from Twitter and Instagram, with a lot of questions that a lot of incoming freshmen and also people that may still be at Xavier right now have. The first question we're going to talk about is when are tryouts and how to go about trying out as a freshman.
So if you aren't on campus, you will have to complete a tryout form and submit a $12 tryout fee, a money order made out to Xavier University of Louisiana Cheer by April 13th. The links will be on our Twitter pages, our Instagram, and also on our cheer page on www.xulagold.com. And then you can record a video with a YouTube link. It could be either private or public. And it must include basically like your jumps, your tumbling skills, your stunts, a cheer, a chant, and as well as a dance.
For tryouts that are going to be in person, the requirements are slightly a little bit different. So you'll have to print out your completed tryout form as well as your $12 tryout fee. It can be money order or cash. And the attire for the in-person tryouts that are April 14th and 15th will be black sports bra, black Spanx with your white cheer shoes, game day makeup.
So if you don't know what game day makeup is, you can look on our Instagram pages or as well as our Twitter page and see some of our pictures just to get a feel for what our game day makeup is like.
Okay, and now we're going to move on to a more detailed explanation of how tryouts will be.
So tryouts are April 14th and 15th. Registration starts at 9 a.m. on the 14th, and the clinics start at 9:30 to 1:30 on both the 14th and the 15th.
So here's what to expect when you first arrive at tryouts. The first part will be registration, as she said, that will be taking place around 9 to 9:30. And after that, we will get started with the clinic. First, we'll be doing conditioning and stretching, and that includes things like splits, back bends. Conditioning normally lasts about an hour, and what we look for during this time is flexibility with your warming up and splits, and also your conditioning. That includes things like running, and we normally run our miles in under 10 minutes, so that's what we'll be looking for also.
In the cheer section, we're really looking at your motions. That's motion placement, your sharpness, and we want you to fit like our Xavier style, and our style is very similar to those of UCA. Very sharp, very tight, and in place. So we want your voices to be loud. We want you to have a lot of energy, smiles, and we're also looking at how fast you can learn the cheers, because typically we learn cheers either through messages or videos or really fast, and each week we're learning a new cheer or a new dance for the game, so we just need to make sure that everyone on the team is able to keep up with that. And speaking of dance, after the cheer we'll move into dance, and it's basically the same requirements, making sure everyone has coordination, your facials, how fast you can learn, because we're planning on competing next year, and competitions, include a dance.
Okay, and after the cheer and dance portion, then we'll move on to jumps and tumbling. So first I'll talk about the jumps and what we're looking for. So everybody will be required to do a toe touch, and they can do 2 other jumps of their choice. And we also will like to see jump sequences that can include tumbling if you would like, but that's not a requirement. And when we're looking at jumps, we're looking for your flexibility and also your technique. And for tumbling is not a requirement for tryouts, but they will max out your score. Look at tumbling, we're just looking at maybe your ability to progress and to work harder and to go further. Basics, maybe round off back handsprings, but all those things, like I said, are not required, but they are definitely recommended to max out your tumbling score. Currently, the team is not co-ed, but boys are allowed to try out and encouraged to try out. Yes.
If they're not here, I think we mentioned that earlier in the video, you would just send in a video, the YouTube link, either private or public, with your jumps, your stunts, tumbling skills, a cheer, a chant, and a dance. And also you have to send in your money order with the $12 tryout fee as well as the tryout form by April 13th. Oh, so after tumbling and jumps, we'll move into stunts. So for flyers, you need at least 2 body lines other than a lib. We're looking for your flexibility, your confidence in the air. Like, we want you to be able to try new skills. We want you to be very versatile, well-rounded. We're looking for extensions and libs. Extensions and libs are required, and you're suggested to do a full down out of any body line. If you can't do that, we'll encourage you to practice that and bring that to tryouts.
And for the bases and our stunts, what we're basically looking for is base strength and your versatility, how well you work with others, and if you will be able to, switch in and out around. And basically pushing your boundaries and also being able to try new things, like Angel said.
You also need a copy of your health insurance card at tryouts.
If you make the team and you come in the fall, we will be in touch, so you will know everything that you need to do. For this upcoming cheer season, I guess we could say, tumbling would be pretty important, as we have said that we are trying to compete, and tumbling is a
Requirement?
not a requirement, but if we want to really max out our score and be as strong as a competitor as we want to be, then tumbling is something that would be really important. I say the main thing that Coach Glenn would be looking for would be well-roundedness. That is, you're bringing something to the table from all aspects of cheerleading, whether it's stunning, dancing, motions, tumbling. I think that would be like the main.
I don't think we really have a weight requirement.
Yeah, as long as you're bringing your flexibility and
If you're able to like hold your weight in the air, then
but still like. Okay, yeah.
that's kind of hard. But some schools do have like a weight requirement.
Yeah, there are some schools, but we're not like
It was
that.
like 105. I was like, it's a no for me. So as mentioned before, we need extensions and libs. That's our minimum requirement
For flyers.
For flyers, as well as 2 different body lines.
And that can be things like stretch or airbest or scale, score. The next series in live videos, because there'll be more than one, will be around what does it mean to be a Xavier cheerleader. And you'll see some other cheerleaders talking about some of the core values that we share as Xavier cheerleaders and how we go about everyday life as a Xavier cheerleader.